It's 15 past 9 in the evening and the fish just had the main meal of the day. They eat a small frozen meal around 9 am, then 4 small doses of flake foods at 11 am, 1 pm, 3 pm and 5 pm, then nori around 7 pm, and 4 cubes of maize enriched with vitamins and fatty acids at 9 pm. The marine bettas and the magnifica also get some shrimp around this time, but not every day. So, the fish have their bellies full, and they are pretty chill right now, as the lights are dimming. But the day is far from over, and there's a burst of activity just before the lights go out. There's 10 Banggai cardinals, and I think it's the first time there's 3 males holding at the same time. In a way, I regret getting the original couple a few years ago, and the reason is precisely this. They breed and then release a small group of baby pandas in the tank, and they're the cutest baby fish ever, and it's tough. Other than that, they're fascinating fish. The dynamics of the group is really complex. The reason there's 3 males holding at the moment is because the mother of them all got her male pregnant, kicked him out, and he had the babies on his own. In the meantime, she seduced one of her sons, a widow whose wife I believe she killed, got him pregnant, then she took her original husband back and got him pregnant again. And just by coincidence, one of the young males is also pregnant from his sister. So this tank is just pure Old Testament. Usually, at this time, the 2 dark eminences are out and about, meaning the 2 marine bettas. And I really hate this designation, and I should start addressing them in a different way. So, just to give you a recap, 2 years ago I got 2 comets. I read that they could be protogynous hermaphrodites, so I tried to form a couple. I got a small one, probably 6 months old, and the larger one, probably around 2 years old. I read that there was just one species, the Caloplesiops altivelis. I later found out that there's also the Caloplesiops argus. And I read as they mature, the white dots get smaller and well aligned, which is true. But still, having these 2 fish side by side, I can't see how anyone could have thought they were the same species. They're both gorgeous animals, but the Argus is on a league of his own. The fins of the Argus look much more fragile, almost like silk. He uses the ventral fins in a more extravagant way, projecting them forward and wide apart. They really do swim differently. The base color of the Argus is brown, while the Altivelis is black. The Argus has grey pectoral fins and the Altivelis has yellow pectoral fins. When I got them, the Altivelis was less than half the size of the Argus. Now, is larger than the Argus. At this point, I lost hope that they will ever pair up. I thought that them being so similar, it could still happen, but they show no signs of being a couple. The Argus is likely a male. The males have a more rounded head. I'm not sure about the Altivelis. Even when comets pair up, there's an element of danger to their relationship. I know of a case where the male killed the female. So this situation is scary because these 2 could possibly evolve into 2 males. That is if they aren't already. At the moment, the Argus, although smaller than the Altivelis, still has the upper hand when they meet. But this can change suddenly, and while the Argus is a mellow and shy fish, the Altivelis is a feisty one. On the other hand, I have read that the Argus grows larger than the Altivelis, so who knows what will happen. These fish have really long lifespans. I've read that the 2 species don't share the same habitats in the wild. The Argus has a much smaller geographical distribution and lives deeper. The idea of getting one more young comet of each species crossed my mind, but it's too dangerous, and it also risks the lives of every other fish in the tank, no matter what quarantine I put them through. To make things even more uncertain, even the people that breed them aren't sure they change sex. On a positive note, if they are not willing to hybridize, then maybe they are not willing to kill each other either. From time to time they show up with shredded fins, but the most aggression I've seen was the Argus giving a gentle bite on the tail of the Altivelis, which was enough to split his tail in two. In 48 hours the tail was intact, and their ability to heal is nothing short of otherworldly. In 20 minutes the lights will go off, and this period is one of the most interesting times to watch the tank. The Banggais have their stomachs full of mysis, but there's still room for dessert, and they become more alert as the angels prepare to spawn. There's a pair of Heraldis and a pair of Flames, and the relationship between the two pairs is different. The Heraldis really act like a pair all day. They seem much more closely bonded. There's literally no chasing, unlike with the Flames. The Heraldis are probably one of the mellowest dwarf angels available, but I've read that they're not the hardiest. They are truly grazers, even more so than the Tomini Tang. They're the only fish I have that don't like mysis. Every night, around this time, they spawn. I scheduled the 2 gyre pumps to run in reverse so that they are not blasted with flow when they rise to the surface. This also allows the pumps to self-clean. They're done, and now they just need to find a place to sleep. The egg scatters through the tank, and the cardinals and the clowns have their supper. The Flames spawn a few minutes later, when the tank is almost dark, and they usually don't rise as high as the Heraldis in the water column. The filefish and the hawks also breed, but I haven't caught it on camera yet. I suspect that with the hawks, that will never happen. Once again, thanks for watching.